one of the OGs, of course. You were on the very first show, and you've had a chance to watch the show now. So, what are your first impressions of the show?
It's so I didn't know what to expect because, like I said, all of this is new to me. The cameras, all of it is new to me. The challenge itself, like I said, I'm terrible with timing, so I was on my watch like crazy. But it's a great show for those of us who, I guess it's a great show to show that hairdressers are smarter than most people think we are. And Captain Color does a great job of doing that for us. And I really like the way it came out. And I love that all the products are the commercials. That was awesome.
Right on. Well, I mean, the goal is to let people know and the consumers know that it's not as simple as just going in into your kitchen sink and just putting color on your hair, right? I mean, I hope we conveyed that a little bit.
Yeah, I hope so too. That would be great. It's the class that I just finished. Our model that was sitting in the chair was listening to all the stuff that I was teaching and explaining, and with the pH levels and all that stuff that goes into, swelling cuticle areas and all that, she just thought, okay, so what am I supposed to use? And it's about being knowledgeable and letting everyone know what it is that we do and knowing what we do.
Yeah, well, one of the main purposes of the show is to elevate how society sees hairdressers and the power, hairdresser power, that we have in people's lives. And, we have a big responsibility to our clients. And like I say, once you compete and once you see what's going on in the real world under the conditions that we created here, you really do challenge yourself to go to the next level. Do you feel like since you've done the show, it's made you a better hairdresser?
Yeah, I mean, the company itself has made me a better hairdresser, period. I just finished telling everyone that I went 14 years not knowing what I was doing to the hair, but I now know chemically what I'm doing to the hair. So it definitely helps me behind the chair 100%.
Well, I mean, some people go their whole careers without knowing what they do to the hair, and they're just praying to the color gods, and they're guessing. But when you come on this show, the Hairdresser Power Challenge show, you absolutely, in order to win the show, you need to be the best that you can be. So, based on that, what was your favorite part of the competition? What do you think?
My favorite part of the competition, I would say the new, the cameras and shooting my model and knowing what to look for the next time I were to do something like this, I would say is probably my favorite part, because learning something new I'm always all about. So I would say that's probably my favorite part, was doing the shooting. Even though I didn't do great at it and I didn't know how to guide my model, I know what I could have done. I know what I may be able to do next time if the occasion were to arise.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, we should probably change the name and call it Forged in Fire, huh? They already have that name, but I mean, the stress is real, would you say? Tell the folks out there. So
the stress is real. The stress, I could feel my blood pressure rising. I think it was more prominent when Victor was trying to take over the shampoo bowl, but but I definitely felt my blood pressure rising. I felt like, okay, get control, and what am I going to do to get him out of the shampoo bowl? I'm going to underprocess his model is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rinse her out. This is the only way I was going to be able to get him out of the chair. So I did feel that pressure, especially because I'm terrible with timing. I know what it takes for me to do things, but sometimes I just wish I was faster, so I think I just shoot for the best sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you didn't look, when you were here and filming, when you look at the show, it looks like you were completely under control, right? I mean, did you notice that?
Yeah, I don't know that. I think I was trying to focus. While I was focusing, I think that helped me control a little bit, but I I had a plan, and I knew what I was shooting for, so that helps me out a lot when I definitely have a plan for almost everything I do.
Yeah. Well, now that you've gone through it, you know, what do you think you would have done differently? Anything?
Oh, I think being that I was doing like a rocker chick kind of thing, I probably would have had her scream at the camera. I was thinking about that the other day. If she would have just screamed at the camera and got mad, maybe played some music, you know, a little bit of rock would have helped out the situation. I think it would have helped just the mood. I think the camera reads your mood, and I didn't know that. And I think I would have done that differently. What else would I have done differently? I was very happy with the way my color came out, the way my cut came out. I was very happy with the way my styling came out. I just think I could have done better at guiding my model in the shoot.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that you did get marked off for in the styling was that you kind of overstyled it. You kind of had it when it was all loose, remember? And it was kind of like rockabilly-ish a little bit. And then you just kept styling it and styling it and styling it. And that's one of the things the judges had mentioned, is that, Erika, you had it, and then you went too far. So would you say sometimes you just need to stop and walk away and be where it is? Is that any advice for anybody on that, like for overstyling?
Yeah, I definitely think that would have helped. Because I had a plan and I wanted it a certain way, I kept going for what that plan was, versus walking away from it and being in that creative moment. I could have walked away from it, looked at it, and said, you know what, that looks awesome. Why am I going to touch it? Because I was sticking to my plan instead of letting myself be creative.
Yeah. Well, hey, how did you feel when you were being judged? I mean, I know you kind of were like, I feel like a rookie, like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I mean, now in hindsight and after watching the show, how do you feel about the judges and how they treated you and everything like that? How do you feel about that?
They were all valid points. Everything they said was a valid point. I didn't disagree with them at all. I 100% agreed with them. So, like they say you're your worst critic. So I feel like I kind of knew it was coming, but there wasn't anything they said that was not true.
Good. Well, that's good. So do you think that this whole experience has helped you become a better hairdresser? I know I kind of asked that, but based on, you know, being criticized, being judged, being put in a really stressful situation, has that made you look at hairdressing any differently after the show?
It's made me look at, I'm a very commercial hairdresser. 65% of my clientele is gray hair coverage. I am behind the chair a lot, and I don't do a lot of photo shoots. As a matter of fact, after the show, Victor invited me to his salon, and we shot, and I just was able to be creative, which helped me out a lot. So yes, I am a better hairdresser because of it, because I had that opportunity to go do something different that I'm not used to doing, which was a less stressful situation because it was not timed and I was able to do multiple looks. So that was really nice. And because of that, I think I've learned the camera, and I've learned a little bit about that side of styling and becoming a hairdresser. Like I said, I'm very commercial. I've learned what the non-commercial part of it, there's a word for it, but it's not coming to me right now.
It's called the creative part. Yeah.
Right. So I do cuts, colors, and curls all day long, and to be able to have that opportunity to photo shoot and see what shoots better it's huge. I recommend it to anyone.
Yeah. I don't think people realize when you do a photo shoot, there's so many variables, from lighting to the hair itself, the texture of the hair. And a big thing is the model being able to have a feeling and convey that feeling into a picture. And I think you learned that, didn't you?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, if she would have screamed at the camera, I would have had a million good shots. But I didn't know to have her do that.
She was felt uncomfortable, and it was tough, I think, because she's just not used to it. But the great news is you took somebody pretty much off the street, just a regular person that's never had any camera experience, and you did a really fantastic look on her. And I think that should be commended for sure. How do you feel about that?
I agree. I think, yeah, I mean, I was happy with what I did. I'm just not, I'd have to it definitely opened me up to camera work, because it's not something that I do.
Yeah. Well, you know, if we do the same thing over and over behind the chair, we could burn out. This is one of the things that really helps us to get out of our own way, open up our minds, and look at new avenues, and reinvigorate ourselves as hairdressers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Pushing ourselves out of our box is where we learn.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had the opportunity to do it. Now, I know the answer to this question, but I want you to, in your own words, did you really realize that you're going to be in 100 million households on national television and in all the airports, and then have this book that's over 200 pages going out to 30,000 of America's top salons, and you were going to be part of that? Did you really realize that?
Not a clue, and that was the first time I heard how many households we were in. How many households were we in?
Well, anywhere from 90 to 100 to 150 million it broadcasts into. That doesn't mean the viewership is that much, but that's the potential. And the nice thing is CNBC now, because remember I said it depended on the network that we went with? And if we continue to be on CNBC, a lot of the airports across the nation also broadcast the show. It was funny because I got some calls from some friends, and they said, hey, your face and your show is on airport. Real. I'm walking through the airport right now. So that's a big deal. I think that's really fantastic for our industry, and the fact that we put ourselves out there, put in the work, you became part of it. I was talking to Melissa on their last interview, Melissa Marie, and I was saying it's kind of like when you make sausage. We use that analogy, that, you know, it's not pretty when you make it, but sometimes it tastes real good. And I think you know, of all people, what it's like going through this process. It's kind of rough, isn't it?
It's rough. I've had a lot of, by the way, Victor's on. Hi, Victor. And Captain Caller, Dennis is on. So I had a lot of clients ask me, you know, how long did that take? And I said, oh, stinking day. All day long to get that half-hour show.
Yeah, but I think you hung in there pretty well. Like, how did you feel when you went upstairs and, you know, you guys were discussing the judging? I mean, you didn't get hit too hard, but kind of Victor got a pretty good hit, and I know Melissa Marie got a few good hits, and she basically turned it around and kicked some butt, as you remember. How were you after the judging and when we went upstairs?
I mean, I honestly just thought it was anyone's game. I knew where I was lacking. It was behind that camera because I didn't know what I was doing. But I figured it was anyone's game. I just thought to myself, holy cow, those looks would have never came into my brain. Melissa's look never would have crossed my mind. Victor's look probably wouldn't have crossed my mind either. Especially to shoot. I don't know what shoots well. So they know what shoots well. So it was really cool to see other people's work and see how that shoots and actually pay attention to that, because I've never paid attention to that. But I thought it was anyone's game. I mean, Victor did have great work, and Melissa's, I didn't expect that at all.
She brought it real heavy in the second round, and she actually won that second round, and you guys ended up tying. But I mean, it was where she took the criticism and she freaking just went for it, which was...
She did.
She really did. I mean, I think that was kind of a real... It was something there. Something happened there. That was like a transference, you know? And I know that you were pretty consistent, though. Victor stuck to his plan, and Victor was just, you know, he was just a monster, man. He was tough to beat. But I think you were really consistent. I just think that maybe you just felt unfamiliar, like you were in unfamiliar territory a little bit. Is that a good estimation of what was going on?
Absolutely. That is spot on. I was unfamiliar territory. I have never been in front of cameras like that, let alone behind a camera telling someone what to do in order to get the look that I wanted.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was fun because I always say this, and I know Dennis and I have discussed this. It's not that you won, not that anyone really won at this point. It's that they didn't lose. It's who made the least amount of mistakes, because everybody was so creative and did such a good job. And the funniest thing is You never know what the judges are looking for. That's what people say to me. But it's not what they're looking for. It's what you're doing. They're judging what you're doing. Are you creating the look that you set out to create? Are you making a transformation? Is your technique good? And this is what people really need to understand. So knowing that, I think you realize that now. What would be your advice to people that are going to be on the show next year? Give them a word of advice.
Go for it. I definitely chickened out on my haircut. I wanted a little bit more of a shag, and I chickened out. I didn't do it. So I would say go for it. Make sure that your plan is there, and then make sure that you allow your creative side to step in every once in a while if you're a planner like me, because I'm very much ABC, and this is how I'm going to do it. And even when I formulate in the salon, this is the starting level, this is my grade percentage, this is my target level, and I write it all out. So I would say definitely let your creative side step in a little bit if you're like me, and just go for it.
Yeah, and I think it was interesting because the judges, as you went along, were giving you clues, but when you're under that stress, it's hard to hear it, right?
I didn't hear a word.
I thought so. So maybe some of the word of advice to the new contestants that are coming on next season are, hey, we're here to make you do better. We're here to help you. We're also here to have a fun time, tease you a little bit, as you know. I'm a teaser. So what happens is that I think that's part of the whole pressure, and the challenge is you've got time, you've got the fact that you're not even thinking straight, you're getting all this advice, it's overwhelming, right? And you just make things happen, just kind of like in the real world, in a lot of ways. I mean, you know how it is with a client. The best laid plans, when things go wrong, what do you have to do? You have to.
Yeah, you have to adjust, and it's happened, and it still happens, and nobody's perfect, even down to writing down my formulas. Nobody's perfect.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that I put artificial color in my hair last night. I mean, right? Things come up, don't they? And people
absolutely.
Yeah, consumers don't realize, the clients don't realize, we have to deal with so many variables as a professional hairdresser to get it right?
Absolutely. If somebody put color in their hair last night and had an appointment for a balayage for the next day and their color is uneven in the back, now I'm looking at a corrective color and I've got to finish what you started and fix it and then go through and balayage. So yeah, it's...
And then they expect you not to charge them extra, even though it's really their fault, right?
Yeah, but it is my job to explain that to him. Explain that to them. This is what I have to do. This is why. This is going to take this long, and this is what it's going to cost.
Yeah, I think that, and for the future, I think that people have to make a realization that this show is all about us showing the public how much power we do have as hairdressers and how important we are in our society, right? Do you feel like that was conveyed in the show when you watched it?
Yeah, I feel like that was conveyed. We're one of the few people that are allowed to touch you without being weirded out by it. So, doctors, dentists, us, massage therapists, there's not very many people that are allowed to touch you for a profession and you're not weirded out by it. So we have a lot of influence, we have a lot of power over the way you feel, over the way you look, and if we take that and work with it and understand all that, I think we'll all be better for it.
Yeah, and sometimes in people's lives, especially in these days with all the electronic media and how we communicate, we're sometimes the only people that listens to our clients. So I think, to me, I've always said that's such a valuable thing, is having someone that you can talk to and listen to you and care about you and make you feel more beautiful, right? Isn't that kind of what we're doing?
Absolutely. And I just think, I personally don't want anyone leaving my chair looking bad. So my wish is for you to look good as well for all my clients. So for someone to listen and care about what you're saying, and therapy and looking good when you leave my chair.
That's right. Well, like I say, we're going to see you in our beauty book, the Hairdresser Power Challenge beauty book, which is now a 200-page book, okay? And that's going to go out to all the salons, about 30,000 salons across the United States, and definitely you're getting a copy of it. But I think you should be proud of what you've done. You're in the first show, you're a pioneer, and do you have anything else to tell the people out there?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking me to be on the show. I didn't expect that, and guys, try it out. Go for it.
Yeah. Now,
send in that email. Absolutely.
Make sure their makeup's on point. Make sure they're dressed well. Make sure that they get a good model. Any advice there?
Oh yeah. Definitely do a shoot before you go there if that's what you're lacking. Take your weakness and make it your strength before you go there, and I think that says it all. Take your weakness and make it your strength.